ASUS TUF F15 caught a lot of attention and became one of the highest sold gaming laptops last 2023. And this specific model, which is the 2021 version, is the most popular and affordable. This contributed a lot to the success of this full ASUS TUF series. So a lot of people are looking for reviews on this gaming laptop. Probably that's you, and you are watching the right video. This is my long-term review of ASUS TUF F15 after 18 months or 1 year and 6 months of experience. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. This ASUS TUF F15 that I have is part of 2021 series with Intel Core i5-11400H processor and NVIDIA RTX 3050 4GB laptop GPU. This was originally 16 gigs of RAM as their stock model, but I also upgraded it and added another 8 gigs of RAM when I bought it on the same day. This only has 512 gigs of storage, but again, I upgraded it, adding another 1TB of NVMe M.2 PCIe 4 SSD storage. This was around $1,100 at the time that I bought it, and it's only 48 watt-hour battery variant, which lowest you can get for this model. So let's start with performance, which I can confidently say that nothing has changed. I'm still satisfied with this from the beginning up until now. The performance is still the same from my unboxing review, 6 months review, and 1 year review. Whether it's about the normal things that I do, like researching on a lot of Google Chrome tabs, multitasking, transferring files back and forth, even my last few editing performances, there's no hiccups, stutters, or any kind of major rendering problems with my workflow on 4K and 1080p quality. There might be some crashes, especially I'm always editing videos with heavy workload and maybe Adobe Premiere Pro can't handle it. The video playback while editing, whether it's full quality, 1/2 or 1/4, still playing the same from the start until the end with no delays, and I never even once use a proxy. On gaming, still has the same performance, sometimes better, sometimes not. We're gonna talk about the exact gaming performance on some titles in a bit. But yeah, still good performance, no problematic blue screen of deaths or any system decreased performance after 1 year and 6 months. Physical appearance still good as well. There are few dents, like 2 to 4 minor dents on the outer surface. On the inside, there's not that much. It's still on the best condition of 9.5 quality. The only problem that I have on physical part of this laptop is the dust build up. Obviously, those white and gray things that you see and could mistakenly think as a dent or scratch, it's not. It's just some accumulated dust that is really kind of hard to clean. The character prints on my built-in keyboard still doesn't have any kind of fading despite being a hardcore gamer, especially the WASD keys. The monitor is still good as well. This has 1920 by 1080p Full HD resolution with 144Hz of refresh rate. No dead pixels, screen burns, or any noticeable problems, but again, the dust buildup on edges of the screen is kind of a headache for me, especially if we're talking about the aesthetic perspective, but not bad. It's not even noticeable unless you intend to see it. And I think what's more important for me is the monitor itself is still working fine after 18 months. Thermals are pretty much normal considering the laptop performs 40 degrees Celsius up to 95 on different kind of workloads from idle or standby up to gaming for long hours. Physically, the heat dissipation can still be felt on the middle part of this laptop. Extreme exhaust as well can be hugely felt on this airflow design area, which means the cooling system is still doing a good job on regulating the thermals in terms of gaming laptop standards. I'll talk about the specific thermals while gaming in a bit. About the editing performance, unfortunately, despite being powerful with 24 gigs of RAM and good performance using Adobe Premiere Pro and HitFilms Express, this is not my editing device anymore. That's why I said earlier in this video with exact words of last few editing performances, which was around December 2023. I don't know if I would consider this an upgrade or downgrade, but I'm currently using my MacBook Air M1 with 8 gigs of unified memory, and my editing software right now is Final Cut Pro. But again, if we're gonna look back and compare what's the general performance of this device and from what I said earlier, I think it's safe to say that it will still perform just how it used to be. Of course, again, some constant crashes happens on heavy edited parts on Adobe Premiere Pro. So for this, I can't give the exact numbers anymore regarding exporting times and rendering, but you can refer to my other videos like the ASUS TUF F15 performance test, which I included a quite in-depth editing test on that video. Check that out if you're interested. I'll put the link in the description. Battery life is quite a problem, but not completely. I'm kind of torn apart whether to call it as a problem or not. To give you some description, this gaming laptop is plugged in most of the time with limited charging up to 60% and 80% capacity as a precaution to preserve it, and I'm using it as well on battery mode. Technically, battery life decays over the time no matter what you do. You can only slow down the degradation process by taking care of it. The ASUS TUF F15 that I have is 48 watt-hour battery variant, which is the lowest one. It started from 3 to 4 hours of battery life with my personal strict usage and settings. For some people, it would only last 2 to 3 hours or worse if they don't know the right adjustments to apply. Right now, this laptop is performing with somewhat around 2 hours and 40 minutes of battery life. This is a strict usage on some part of my workflow on battery mode, and this is on eco mode, which uses the Intel UHD graphics instead of my NVIDIA RTX 3050. It's still fine. Again, this is a gaming laptop which uses a lot of power because it has a dedicated GPU whether you use it or not. On the positive side, the performance of this laptop while plugged in is still in its best condition. Plus, you still have some portability, and considering that this is the lowest battery variant, I'm still satisfied with this. Gaming is still on its peak performance on 1920 by 1080p resolution, but thermals are quite bad right now due to my neglect because I haven't changed thermal paste yet since I bought this one. I haven't undervolt this yet, and I haven't deep cleaned the fans and backplate yet. All of that would be for another video, and new gaming tests will be uploaded soon as well, so make sure to subscribe. But if you want to check out my current latest gaming test on this laptop that I did before, which I covered a lot of games, you can refer to my other video, which is the ultimate gaming test for ASUS TUF F15. I'll put the link in the description. So we can definitely play the current latest popular game, which is Palworlds. It's been a while since I genuinely enjoyed playing a game. So with my ASUS TUF F15, this has average of 85 FPS and thermals of 88 degrees Celsius. On Apex Legends, this can hit the 144 FPS cap, which is really good, and thermals place around 89 degrees Celsius. Also, good performance on Fortnite with average of 120 FPS, but on thermals, it's averaging 92 degrees Celsius. Again, my priority for this laptop is to make sure as much as possible to hit 144 FPS, so you'll get the best value for the built-in 144Hz refresh rate monitor. Of course, this can easily hit 144 FPS on most of my games, but I'm also considering the game quality to look good and balanced with performance. Initially, I'm supposed to tell you on this part of this video about the Wi-Fi problem that I accidentally resurrected as a mistake by updating my Windows 11. And the Wi-Fi problem that was long gone and permanently fixed before came back. And it came with another one that has something to do with Wi-Fi getting disconnected if you're connecting some Bluetooth device. So while I was editing this video, I've updated my Windows 11 version again to the latest, and thankfully the problem is now gone. Long story short, it's now fixed, but I feel like I still need to include it on this video. So again, it's just the same problem from my other videos that the Wi-Fi driver version has some compatibility issues with Windows 11. You can still fix it by updating or rolling back your Wi-Fi driver version. Once again, Windows 11 permanently fixed it by itself for the second time for me. So it's up to you if you will let this affect your purchasing decision. Again, this ASUS TUF F15, which is the 2021 version, is one of the most popular and highest sold gaming laptops last 2023. So what I'm trying to say here is, not all ASUS TUF F15 has this kind of issue. I mean, it wouldn't be one of the top sold gaming laptops last year if it's really a problematic device. I'm just being transparent here as a long-time ASUS TUF experience owner. So it's really up to you on what's gonna be your take on this issue. If you're confused on what exactly the problem is, I would really suggest you to watch my other reviews on this. So for my long-term review of ASUS TUF F15 with 1 year and 6 months or 18 months of total usage, that's it. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to comment down below. If you enjoyed watching this, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. It would really help me a lot and I would deeply appreciate it. So once again, Hermes here. Thanks for watching and catch you guys on the next one.